If I asked you who the fastest character in Sonic Adventure 2 is, you would probably say Sonic. I mean, duh, it's Sonic. Speed is kind of his entire shtick. But what if I told you that you're actually wrong? In fact, what if I told you that Sonic isn't even in the top 5 fastest characters in this game? Well, Epic Gamers, it is true. Sonic is not the fastest character in the game. But who is? That is the question that we're answering in today's video, so get your lab coats because it's time to do a little experiment. And if you're new to my channel, I'm posting Sonic Adventure 2 content just like this multiple times a week, and I stream right here on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're a true Sonic Adventure fan. So to kick this off, let's go over exactly what I mean by the fastest character. What we're measuring today is the character's raw speed, starting from a standing still position and only moving forward on a flat surface. We're not using abilities like the spin dash or homing attacks to pick up speed, and we're going to be using a flat surface, so downhill or uphill slopes will not be a factor either. This is a test of just pure raw 0 to 60 speed of each of the characters. To test this, we'll be using Metal Harbor. There's a nice long runway that is perfectly flat, and there are markings on the ground so we can ensure that we're starting from the same position each time. We're also only holding forward on the control stick. That is literally the only input we'll be using, so it is as fair of a competition as we can make it. We'll be running the characters starting from the edge of the runway here, and then timing them until they reach the end here, using these two things here as sort of the goal, just before the characters fall off the edge. We won't be using the in-game timer, as the time it takes for me to get each character to the starting position will vary, so I'll be editing in a timer for each of the characters, which also helps ensure accuracy, as I can go frame by frame in my video editor and make sure that the time is starting and stopping as accurately as possible. So now that we got the rules explained, let's kick things off with Sonic and Shadow. These two are the exact same speed as are Knuckles and Rouge or Tails and Eggman, but I'm going to show them all for the sake of thoroughness. Sonic and Shadow clock in at 9.15 seconds, which is pretty fast, but as you will see in this video, it is not the fastest. Next up, we have Amy Rose, who is noticeably slower. While waiting for her to finish, leave me a comment down below with your predictions who you think is going to be the fastest overall character. Amy clocks in at 13.38 seconds, putting her at the bottom of the scoreboard, but we have plenty of other characters to go. Next is Metal Sonic, who finishes in a very impressive 6.93 seconds, putting him at the top of the scoreboard. You might be thinking that there's no way anybody beats that, but just stick around to the end of the video and you might be surprised. We got Knuckles and Rouge next. Again, these are two clone characters, so they're both going to finish at a respectable 9.47 seconds, pretty much on par with Sonic and Shadow, squeezing them into third place. That is until Tikal's run, coming in at 8.95 seconds, just a little bit faster. Her gambling addiction in Sonic Adventure 1 means she spends a lot of time running from debt collectors, which makes her just a little bit faster. Speaking of Sonic Adventure 1, our next contestant is Chaos Zero, who very sluggishly clocks in at 14.36 seconds, even slower than Amy, which will put him in last place, but he's not going to be there for long. And that's because up next is Mechless Tails, who is so slow, I actually had to trigger the jet planes, then backtrack, otherwise he would actually get hit by them. Man, they absolutely did him dirty in this game. He used to be so fun to play in Sonic Adventure 1. And I do like the mech stages, but I would have been fine with Eggman having mech stages in this game. Mechless Tails clocks in at 19.70 seconds, which is our slowest time yet. Mechless Eggman, however, is an entirely different story. This guy clocks in at 8.56 seconds, which is somehow even faster than Sonic. I mean, imagine losing a foot race to Eggman. Next we got Mech Tails and Eggman both up next, coming in at 12.73 seconds, as they are again clones of each other, but you know I gotta include them both, because if I don't, someone's gonna leave a comment complaining about it. Although, now that I think about it, that would actually be a pretty big brain way to get more comments, which helps boost the video. Damn, I should have thought of that. Up next we have the Chow Walker, who clocks in at a respectable 7.64 seconds, which is pretty fast considering that he's a mech character. But the Dark Chow Walker is a different story, coming in at a very slow 17.88 seconds, making him our second slowest character right after Mechless Tails. While you're waiting for this slowpoke to cross the finish line, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Tell YouTube you want more Sonic Adventure 2 content in your life, and it does help me grow my channel and I really appreciate it. Alrighty, so here's our standings so far. We have Metal Sonic in first place, but wait a minute, I said Sonic doesn't make top 5, and yet there he is sitting in 5th place. That must mean there's a last minute entry who I saved for last, as this is our fastest character. If you saw my Can Tails Beat Sonic Adventure 2 video, you know exactly who it is. It is none other than Red Tails. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know, there are alternate outfits in this game, and in most cases, they don't change how the characters actually move, just their special abilities for the multiplayer mode. However, for Red Tails, his speed is cranked up to the max. He goes so fast that if you run off a ramp and then glide, you'll actually glide upwards. So, how fast can he clear this sprint? 5.10 seconds, making him the fastest character in the game. And there you have it, Epic Gamers. Here are our final standings. Sonic and Shadow don't even make the top 5 cut, and Tails somehow got the fastest and the slowest times in the game. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know in the comments below, because we might be able to do something like this again. Maybe next time factoring in some of their abilities like the spin dashes, or maybe Metal Sonic's shield, or maybe we can do a different test that includes some ramps or obstacles. So if you like this type of content, be sure to let me know, and if enough people like it, maybe we can do another test in the future. But for now guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and as always, stay epic gamers.